Hi, and welcome back to Gravity Cheeseburger, where I share my life with you a few minutes at a time. Guess what? I have no internet, so you get to watch me play in solitaire. What do you think of that? If I can get the daggum phone set up right. So it don't fall. Okay, so it's sitting there precariously, and it's probably going to end up falling. And when it does, I'll just end the video. But if I'm going to be bored, you guys are going to be bored too. So let's go. I've got you sitting right beside an open window, so if you hear strange noises, that's probably what it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like a loss. Hear the wind? That's probably why I don't have any internet tonight. before the internet went off, I saw several pictures on Facebook and messages on Facebook where people showed pictures of wind damage or was telling about damage to their homes and stuff. So it was pretty creepy out there earlier today. As a matter of fact, where I work, the wind tore a big old hole in the back of the hotel. It was actually a bit scary, in my opinion. But it seems to have settled down now. I was thinking earlier, though, honestly, how would high wind end up disconnecting the internet? Because doesn't it run on cables? Or does it? I really have no idea. If you know, you can let me know in the comments below. By the way, hit that like and subscribe button. You know, make me feel like a real YouTuber. Plug my favorite drink there. I lost my internet the other day for a little while, maybe about 45 minutes. And came to an unfortunate conclusion that I'm very likely data dependent, because I got a little stressed out when I lost it the other day. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I remember when I was a kid, we didn't have cable. Some of you youngins I know have heard us old folks talk about rabbit ears and 3 channels, no remote controls. You actually had to get up and turn that little knob and it would go click, 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 click to change the channels. And fancy people had 4 channels. 4. Isn't that something? And actually the fancy people had the rabbit ears. And us poor folks had to use the big old antennas that you propped up outside your house, and when the wind would blow, it would move it, and then you'd have to go back outside and move it back to where it was so you get good reception. Yeah. If any of y'all is old folks like me, you'll know what I'm talking about, but you youngins probably wouldn't know. But yeah, cable was like this close to being a necessity in this day and age. Not cable, I'm sorry, internet. But some of us get our internet through the cable company. Like me. I don't know if that's old-fashioned or not, but I don't care. Anyway, what I'm getting at is when I was young, we didn't have internet at all. Nobody had internet except the government. The government probably had internet. They probably had it for 20, 30 years before they even let the general public know that it existed. And now it's looked upon as a necessary way to stay connected, especially for people who have families who don't live close to each other, like me. I've landed here in Marietta, Ohio, and most of my family is in down the river around Racine and Pomeroy, Ohio. My daughter is in South Carolina. My oldest son is on the other side of town. So it's disturbing to me to have to admit that if I didn't have internet, I probably wouldn't have any contact with my family. And because you either have a cell phone with a ridiculous plan that you pay to a cell phone provider, like, what are the popular ones? Verizon, T-Mobile, and the like. I don't know. And you pay a ridiculous bill. Pay $500, $600, $700 for a phone that ain't no better than the phone I'm using right now, which was 100% free. But it's a government phone, and it's probably got all kinds of little hidden apps in it for tracking purposes and snatching data that they consider useful. I guess it is probably more useful for them to, spy on us, and I'm getting distracted. Anyway, my point is, it seems like you have to have the freaking internet to stay connected. And I wonder if we didn't have internet, would we get so far away from our families? If we didn't have a guaranteed way to maintain contact, would we really get that far away from our families? I don't know. I have suspect that we would not. Because I sit here talking to this little machine that is a little bigger than this card. It's almost twice as long as this card and only about 1/3 of an inch wider, and looks like about 1/4 of an inch thick. And because, I mean, a lot of people don't even have regular telephones anymore that operate on what we call a landline. My phone, they call it a landline phone, but it doesn't operate on a landline. It operates through the cable. And since my cable is off, that phone no longer works, and it won't work until the cable's back on. So what good is it? I mean, it would have been better if I actually had a true to life landline phone. But do they even exist anymore? Can somebody run a telephone line to this apartment and put in an old fashioned telephone that I could actually, pick up and call somebody else who has an old fashioned telephone? Would you even be able to use one of those phones to call a cellular phone? I don't even know. Interesting question. It just makes me wonder how it would actually be if we were forced to go back to the good old days. I know about 10, 15 years or so ago, I've said it many times, that I believe that we just needed, as a country, to go back to the barter system. And people looked at me like I was just absolutely crazy. And I honestly don't remember, what people said to me when I would say that. But I am going to guess that the things that were said were like, well, we couldn't go back to just trading with other people for what we need. And but I think we could. I think we could. It would be very, very difficult at first, but I think we could do it. We could do anything if we had to. We did it way back when. We could do it again. The only thing about doing it today, though, is I honestly think that it would kill some people. Because something else I have said for a long time, and many times, is that we, as human beings, have become extremely spoiled and lazy, and technology is the cause of our becoming spoiled and lazy. We don't even have to get up off the couch to change the TV channel anymore, and that's because of technology. We don't have to hold a telephone against our ear to talk to a loved one anymore, and that's because of technology. We don't even have to make a phone call. We can use messenger apps. You get an app for everything. I remember years ago, I'd see some commercial. I don't remember what it was even for, but their little tagline was, "There's an app for that." I thought that was so stupid. And so many years later, there's an app for that. There's an app for damn near everything that you want to do. There's an app on this phone that lets me make this video, which I will have to wait until later to upload because I have no internet. I'm sure there's an app involved in running the internet. I have apps to do my banking. I have apps to buy food. I don't have apps to pay my bills, but how much you want to bet within 10 years there'll be apps for that too. But I do pay my bills over the telephone. Except for my rent. I do that what is considered the old-fashioned way. I got to go to Walmart, buy a money order, fill it out, and drop it off at the landlord's office. And in this day and age, that is considered old-fashioned. 25 years ago, that would have been considered like modern technology. 30 years ago, to pay your rent, either the landlord showed up at your door and you gave them some cash and they handed you back a paper receipt, or you went to the landlord's house and handed them some cash and then they gave you a paper receipt. It's odd how stuff has changed. Yeah. I don't know. I sit here and I think to myself, this is the second time in a week that the internet has gone out here. And I can't help but wonder if the powers that shouldn't be are doing a dry run to see how people would react without their luxuries. And yeah, the technology is a luxury. It's not a necessity. It's a luxury. You can become dependent upon it. Yes, indeed you can. But it is still a luxury. You don't have to have it. You know, the necessities are the things that you have to live. And you ain't gonna die without internet. You are gonna die without clean air, clean water, clean food, clean living conditions. And even non-clean living conditions is going to take a while to kill you. Good while. But yeah, food, water, shelter, those are the necessities. It's just very interesting in this day and age how the line between what is necessary and what is not has become so jagged. It's crazy. We live in very strange times, my friends and my families. Very strange times. So I was just going to bore you to death by making you watch me play solitaire. And then I went and got all introspective on you. I'm just full of surprises. Let's see, what time is it? Huh, it's almost 11 o'clock. I honestly don't know what moved me to do it, but earlier I was going back and forth between a couple of apps on my tablet. And if you have a Amazon Fire tablet, if it's set up like mine is, you will notice that on the home screen, it's got like suggestions for you. Like, download this app, download that app, watch this movie, watch that movie, watch this, whatever. Anyway, one of the suggestions was Dirty Dancing. And I thought, what the heck? It's a classic. It's always good for, it's a feel good movie. And I was watching it. And a couple times I got distracted and was going to go watch something else. And then I thought, nah, I'll just finish the movie. And I got almost to the end. And if any of you are fans of the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say I got right to the part. It's at the end of the season, and they're up on stage singing their goodbye song, and Johnny walks in, and the dancers see him, and of course they don't expect him, so they're like, oh, Johnny's here, woo. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it gets right up to, I should say, the moment where he sees Baby in the corner. And he is literally seconds away from the corniest, iconic line in the movie. And the internet goes out. So, I didn't get to see Johnny walk over to the table and look at the doctor and say, nobody puts Baby in a corner. I was robbed. I wanted to see that so bad. That made the whole fucking movie worth watching. Of course, and then there's the dance scene. It's so corny. And I love it. And I don't give a shit. And right now, I can't even pull up anything at all on my tablet, my phone, or whatever, and watch or listen to anything offline. Well, actually, I guess I could. There's Daryl's got the PS4, and I guess it still plays discs, and there's a bunch of damn discs right here in front of me in this stand. And yeah, I could go through it and find a corny movie, but it's been so long since those discs have even been looked at. I would have to take the damn thing in the kitchen and wash it with soap and water and dry it with a soft cloth. I'm going to see if the internet will come on. But the TV still says can't connect to the server. Okay, you can't connect to the server. Fine, you can't connect to the server. try it again anyway. See what it says. And you guys can just witness my pain. I don't know, people. Shit. You know what sucks even worse? It'll take at least an hour to upload this stupid video to my YouTube channel. Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. What can I do with myself? Can't watch TV. Oh, woe is me. My dogs can't even, well, yeah, they can. They're just not doing it. Ain't even keeping me company. The one is behind me, snoozing heavy, and the other one is in the bedroom, snoozing heavy. If I went back there right now, he'd probably be laying on his back, half covered, with his feet sticking up in the air. And with my old phone, I used to have to watch the time and be like, oh, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I'm going to have to cut this short. Well, I could probably let this go for about an hour. But I don't know what in the world I would talk about for that long, considering I've been talking for a half an hour already. Well, no, I was playing cards for the first few minutes. And there's my tablet all charged up and no internet connection. Let me show you something. See that? Can you read that? It says 11 minutes left. I got that far into the movie. And then the internet went out. And I'm afraid to navigate away from this page because if I do, I probably won't get back to that spot again. Oh my goodness. Isn't that something? But, puck it. I'm gonna close it. Bye, Johnny. Huh? Eh. And of course I don't have any offline games on this tablet. Oh my goodness. What's an old gal supposed to do? I guess I could just finish my soda and go to bed. Like I oughta. 'Cause I'm old. You know? It's almost 11 o'clock. I ought to have my ass in bed. But look at me, up late acting like a teenager. But you know what? When I was a teenager, that's what made it fun. That's what being a teenager was when I was a teenager. Staying up late, drinking pop. But when I was a teenager, at least we had TV. all the time. The only time you didn't have TV is when it was so stormy outside that the picture wouldn't come in clear. But then you always had radio. You could listen to the radio if you wanted to. And most of us had record players, so we could do that. Some of us had 8-track players. Any of y'all remember 8-track players? 8-track tape players, the portable ones, supported the D-cell battery industry. How do they even sell D-cell batteries anymore? Seriously. Does anybody have anything that runs on a D-cell battery besides one of those fat, cheap flashlights? I don't even have a fat, cheap flashlight. I don't have a flashlight at all. Well, I tell you what. If the apocalypse came right now, I'd be kind of fucked. I ain't got a flashlight. I don't have a bug out bag. Ain't got no cash. Got money, but I ain't got no cash. What's the difference these days? Is there really a difference? People use their debit and credit cards to make purchases, but that's not cash. But without internet, most places can't even conduct purchases anyway, even if they still have electricity. So what is the good in having either one of those things? I don't know. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off here because I feel like I'm boring you to tears. I'm actually boring myself to tears, to tell you the truth. And I feel like if somebody happens to be walking past my window and hears me talking, they'd probably think I'm crazy. But, they really have no way of knowing that I'm not sitting in here talking to somebody that can't get in a word in edgewise. Yeah. But I suppose it doesn't do any good to be concerned that I might sound like a crazy old lady, because I think I've already hammered that one home. So, ain't no sense in me saying that I ain't crazy, because you probably think I am anyway, and let's face it, if you think I'm crazy, I may as well be crazy, so whatever. I don't know. I feel like I need to throw something at you that just, might be slightly entertaining or might make you giggle before I hop off here. I will, though, before I hop off here, say hi to the people I love the most. My daughter Deidre. Sweetie pie, I love you. Give Allie and Audrina kisses for Mimi. And say hi to my sister Kim, my sister Susie, my mama, my son Will. I would say hi to Daryl, but I know he doesn't watch my videos. He sees me every day. Why should he watch my videos? Hi, Susie Reynolds. Hi, Bree. Hi, everybody else. All you nice people who subbed to my channel so that I could do live streams, and I have blessed you with one. No, my sisters and me, me and Susie and Kim, we wanted to do like like you know how you do a messenger call and you got 3-4 people on. Well, we wanted to do my live stream like that, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So if anybody is watching and knows how to do that, would you please put that in the comments? Because I really want to do that. We want to have, you know, a chit chat session. Sisters arguing on the internet kind of thing, or whatever. Talking about things that are important, things that are not important. Whatever we feel like talking about. But yeah, if anybody knows how to do that, please let me know, because I want to do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, and I love you guys. See you next time. Night night.